Poverty is pain. It is like a Poverty is pain. It is like a disease. It attacks a person not only materially, but also morally. It eats away one's dignity and drives one into total despair, as stated by the World Bank 2000. Zambia has a population of 19 million plus people. According to a Habitat for Humanity report, the country remains one of the world's poorest. Close to 64% of Zambians live under $2 a day, and the majority of those who earn more barely make ends meet. With only less than a month to go before the August 2021 general elections, political discourse is heavily centered on the cost of living in Zambia. Recently, PF National Mobilization Deputy Chairperson Geoffrey Wadiamwamba, GBM, said on a party's interactive forum that the cost of living in Zambia is far more affordable compared to other African countries in the region.
The opposition in particular, they are cheating the Zambian people that the cost of living is quite high. Let the opposition party leaders just travel across into Zimbabwe before they get into South Africa and compare the prices. They will realize that President Edgar Lungu has actually contained this country to a level where at least things are still affordable. I was in South Africa a couple of days ago. A bag of meal now is going to, is fetching about 380 kwacha. Cooking oil, almost 400 kwacha.
But for most families, the situation is not as easy as small businesses who depend on imports to produce goods and services have also been hit.
If hapa kudala oketenzona vevenze notichira boss batuletse venze tipasa kona allowance maya pa kunkala kulibe because nsimbi peziendera na company peendera pa sichtala okutiba mbechisa ndrama zevenze tipasa so pesi kana ife mfuma wekazi tichitako mungati tankako affected kubevishtika.
Assertions that the commodities are cheaper in other African countries do not make the cost of living affordable for Zambians.
Ni survive ni gulisa togulisa towayawaaya ero nyumba hii mchifundo cha besha mulungu sembe na gokdata ina chirunga kumbuyo kuchikuru saka yalepo ni 150 tomato na eve ni 180 160 so timagurako chabeto chero kuti vasankhamo vaja ogulisa tophwanyika tuji tasankhamo taoda vana vamuna vanajoina kumenya vantu kupoka ndirama mrandu kapena ni kusova zinchito kale amene business amene nichita ni kugulisa tomato pena kuti madamage pena ngutulepo tujatounjika watenga waoda kanti 20 kwacha ukamanga upeza mpena 5 kwacha profit iyenda chabeku pamera.
For most families in Zambia, life alone makes it a miracle for anyone to live until the next day. In shanties, poverty and hunger among families have manifested into crime, high rate of HIV, prostitution and pregnancy. The vicious cycle is all traced to how unaffordable commodities are for common Zambians. Most families in Zambia live on a hand-to-mouth basis. While this is so, the ruling elite continuously claim that since coming into power in 2011, they have improved the lives of Zambians. Officials of the Patriotic Front have said that the increased infrastructure development littered around the country is evidence that the lives of Zambians have been improved.
You won't come to my house, find in my house without a mini meal, because I'll provide my own mini meal.
However, there is no tangible proof that the huge spending in infrastructure has culminated into improved life standards for majority Zambians.
Bamene bashisha ni baje bamene baziba kwa mene bapeza ndra kaidi ife bamene tilibe kwa mene peza ndra. Cost of living is too high. Ndio nivodula ukapeza ya bagi ya unga nisikugula cha bagi ya unga basi. That's why na ukawala na unapaka manchito kulibe uvodula ni unga na malasha saka chabe haji ayo marodi amini bakamba ayo marodi ni uko kwa mini bakonza marodi.
With new roads built, the cost of transportation of goods and services continue to skyrocket, thereby pushing the cost of commodities much higher. With continued weakening of the kwacha against major currencies, most families are having difficulties to make ends meet and to put 3 decent meals on the table. Conversely, the ruling elite and their supporters continue to live far much better than common Zambians. Recently, a PF cadre, Max Ochongo, flaunted an expensive Toyota Land Cruiser pickup estimated to have cost 1.7 million kwacha.
The power of man is in his pocket. 1 BG D8 double cab Toyota Land Cruiser Hilux 3.0 T40. You get the point now.
This video is not a very good video. In video frame monele pitani. Ita video isuma sana. Max neka kwa fena iwe. Ama doctors bale punda tibo mpia mone pela makadazi. You are busy doing this thing na imwe. Nish, why are you gonna do this thing na imwe? Bale punda tibo na matakuri mwe pela bantu. Again mo workshop okite fini fia ifina imwe. They can't go fina imwe. You are imbalancing the party na imwe. Towards the election, abantu bale punda timpia mone pela makada. Mole chitefi mo fini tuna imwe.
Iwe kafiu kabiyoko inenebo doctor iwepo waisura ka nani kanidia ili oshapo imyonto kapadi muchevo turanda tuisale pale omulandi fintu na fishupa tekutumpa uko.
It was a time when doctors down tools, demanding for better salaries and risk allowances while on duty in the COVID-19 pandemic. Clearly, while the PF insists that prices of commodities in Zambia are lower than in other African countries, the cost remains higher for many families. Putting 3 decent meals on the table remains a struggle, including for those in employment. While the ruling elite continue to live lavish, reports and testimonies have shown that poverty and hunger are linked to crime, HIV pandemic, prostitution, and unwanted pregnancies amongst women.